Welcome back, everyone. Yes. Electric word means life, and that means forever. But yet, and that's a mighty long time. But I'm here to tell you, there's something else.
Come on.
Day 2 of Erotic City 40 Symposium.
Oh, speak the word. Speak it. Let him use you.
Yes.
All through your soul.
Yes. So I hope that you had an amazing time yesterday for day 1. And all of you on the live stream, I hope that you had a blast because I know there are a lot of you out there. And we just want to get started with some housekeeping. Today, I will actually say my name first, which is D'Angela Duff, for those of you who may not know me. And I am an Associate Vice Provost at NYU, as well as a faculty member in the Integrated Design and Media program. And since I'm talking about NYU, I'm just going to go ahead and thank our incredible sponsors who actually contribute every year. And this year we have NYU Tandon, which is my program's academic home, IDM, which is Integrated Design and Media, also OGI, and that stands for Global Inclusion, Diversity, and Strategic Innovation, because we use acronyms at NYU, and I can never remember what the acronyms stand for. We call it NYU OGI. And then we have the incredible Liberal Studies from our College of Arts and Science. And then we also have NYU's Institute of African American Affairs and the Center for Black Visual Culture. And then we also have the, I always want to say department, but program of photography and imaging actually there's a department led by Dr. Deborah Willis, which is who I want to be when I grow up, an incredible woman. And we also have NYU Center for the Study of Gender and Sexuality, and we also have the Clive Davis Recorded Music Institute. And I'm so excited that next year, for the first time, I will be teaching my very first Prince course through Clive Davis Recorded Music Institute. So they asked me, and I was humbly grateful for the opportunity. So I'm really psyched about that. And I'm going to get a lot of feedback from Dr. Elliot H. Powell from the University of Minnesota, who teaches a Prince course every semester. And then Zaire Ali has also the Prince syllabus project. And so I'm sure I'll be getting a lot of feedback from them. So I really wanted to make sure that we thank our sponsors. And if you go to the homepage and you scroll down to the bottom, you can actually link to our sponsors if you want to learn more about them. And you can also get to them as well on the About page. So next, what I'd like to do is just quickly go over what we're doing today. And hopefully you've been receiving the announcements. And again, if you don't know where the announcements are, just click at the top in the menu. You go to announcements. It will take you to Substack. And so this is a message you should have gotten a couple of hours ago. You have to purify yourself in the waters of Lake Minnetonka because today is Purple Rain Film Day, in addition to our incredible keynote, which I highly recommend that you do not miss in person or virtually, because it is going to be extremely special. And I know a lot of people say that for events, but when I say it's going to be really special, it's going to be really special. And then I also want to honor Mr. Von Terry for all of the amazing work he did with his partner, Lewis Wells, for the keynote. So I hope that you will come to honor and respect the many contributions of that design duo. Just incredible. There are going to be so many wow moments for that presentation. Our conversations, some of the things that he shared with me to share with you, my mouth dropped several times, not just one time. So I highly recommend, if you are not coming to anything this weekend and you're local, come to the keynote, again, to honor Mr. Von Terry and all of his contributions with his design partner, Lewis Wells. All right, so let's talk about what we're going to be doing today. I just wanted to actually just show you there's a lot of information in the announcements, like we are here, where are you, how do you get here? We click on links, they'll take you to Google Maps. And want to remind everyone, stay hydrated, bring your water bottles. There are a couple of places you can get coffee. Hopefully you'll bring snacks for those of you who might be coming with us later who are watching on the live stream. There are a lot of restaurants in this area, but they're kind of hard to find. And again, if you click on the links, it'll take you to Google Maps mapped from this building here, which is 370J. And then the Wi-Fi password, which is what most people want to know, is this. So hold on, went too fast. So you want to actually log into the NYU Guest is the actual network, NYU Guest, and then your username is 498, and the password is case sensitive, and it's HD7Q1MN. But again, it's also in the announcements that I sent earlier that you can get to down here underneath the password is what. And then here's a breakdown of what we're going to be doing today, but I'm actually going to do it from the schedule at a glance because it is bigger to look at. So today we are going to begin with some Purple Rain film presentations starting at 9:30, almost 15 minutes from now. And then we have one of the truest, amazing people on the planet, Miss D. Simmons Jendayi. Yes, will be moderating this panel. And then we have one of my favorite presenters of all time, and Adam Reed Sexton hasn't been with us in a while. There you go, yes, and hasn't been with us for a while. So I can't wait to hear. Actually, I think the last time was Batman, right?
The last time was Batman.
Yes, and so with the, you did an amazing presentations on the B-sides. It's actually I've been doing this since 2017, and that is probably in my top 5 presentations of all presentations. And there's been a lot of presentations.
Don't build it up too much, dear. Lower your expectations.
No, but seriously, it really is. And then we're gonna have, and Adam's coming to us from Yale, and then we have Crystal Wise, who is actually joining us for the very first time. So super excited. And Crystal is from the University of Minnesota, alongside where Elliot Powell is. And then we have I can't say enough about Dr. Steve Fairclough, who is the, how can you say, you basically actually did the first Prince conference called Purple Rain, REIGN, in 2017. Over in Manchester, England, and I actually met a lot of people who now participate in the symposiums through Kirsty's conference, and a lot of them were Americans, but I met them in Manchester, England, and it was by far my favorite conference I've ever been to. It was really magical. One, because we also got to see a 35mm print of Under the Cherry Moon, and I hadn't seen that in a very long time. So it was really awesome to do that. And then now Kirsty has founded the International Center for Prince Studies, and they're going to have their own Prince conference in June. Yes, the same week as Celebration. So you might want to get there early because it's going to be Monday and Tuesday of the week of Celebration. I will be presenting and actually taking it easy because they're organizing. So that would be really fantastic. And actually, Crystal is also a part of the International Center for Prince Studies. And last but definitely not least, we're going to have a final presentation from Robin Shumays. And again, Robin is going to be doing her very first vocal performance live, along with a burlesque act on Sunday after the symposium. So if you want to do something different, definitely support Robin. And Robin always does really amazing presentations. We are going to go in the order presented. And I want to, let's see, I know almost everyone here, because I really wanted, we had a really late night last night. So I'm sure a lot more people attended the screening last night than I had anticipated, and I think they're tired because it was really emotional. It was a real communal experience. It's nothing like watching anything Prince, in a room full of Prince fans. It's just different from when you actually do it by yourself at home, or even if you go to like a theater, because actually Under the Cherry Moon was shown a couple times, a 35 millimeter print at the Museum of Moving Images earlier this year. And it was fun, and we had like a row of Prince fans, but it's nothing like being in a room full of Prince fans. And we all have seen the Syracuse show a gazillion times, but collectively, we hadn't watched it together in that way. And it was really special. I mean, it really was. And I was like, nobody's gonna come here because they've seen it like a gazillion times, but everybody came. It was like probably the most people we had all day was at the screening last night. So I thought that was really phenomenal. All right, so we're gonna start off the day with our Purple Rain film presentations. Then we're gonna have a very special in-person episode, our second in-person episode of all time. Last year we did it for Triple Threat Symposium of the What Did Prince Do This Week? And this What Did Prince Do This Week is something that we do every single Saturday on YouTube, Michael Dean and I, at noon Eastern Time. I asked all my Prince friends, I was like, who's coming with me? Crickets, except Michael Dean. And Michael was like, let's do this. And Michael has been with me. And I kind of like did a bait and switch. I was like, we're just going to do it for a year, but actually we're going to do it for 6 years. And he is actually on board. So what we do, hold on 1 second, is, oh, I moved it under here. See, here we go. There we go. I moved it over here, but I thought, so this is what we're reading. We are reading Dwayne Tudall's book, and this is the first in a series. And I have to turn it because it's such a long title. Prince and the Purple Rain Era Studio Sessions, 1983 and 1984. We are taking 2 years to read this one book. We have a schedule and the whole nine, and I'll talk more about that when we get to that portion of the day. And then after we finish this, so we're a little over halfway of the book, and Audra is one of our weekly listeners, watchers, also have those. So we have this ritual of holding up the books, even though we can't see each other, which is great. In the chat, they let us know when they're holding up their books. So we're going to do that at noon today. Very excited about that. And then after that, we are going to have lunch of our own for about an hour and a half from 1 to 2:30. And then we're going to have our Purple Rain Film Roundtable, which I'm extremely excited about because we're going to have Professor Mark Anthony Neal all the way from Duke.
Ooh,
Yes. This is also a do not miss roundtable, because just hearing these people together, like individually, all of these people are amazing, but in community, the amazingness is just going to like triple or quadruple, or just it's just going to go crazy. So we're going to have Sayer Lee. We're going to have Dan Charnas, who is an NYU professor in the Clive Davis Recorded Music Institute, but also the author of the amazing Dilla Time. If you haven't actually listened to the audiobook of Dilla Time, I highly recommend it. He reads it, but he does it so well. And we're also going to have a legendary music journalist. And this is very special to me because I have asked Dr. Carol Cooper every year since 2017 to join us, and I wore her down, and she finally said yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So please show up for Carol Cooper because she's legendary, but they'll get into it for the roundtable. And obviously, if you don't know, you knew yesterday who C. Lee McInnes is, and that C. Lee will round out that. And then after that, this is the moment I have been living for, which will be our keynote with Mr. Von Terry, again, one half of the design duo, Lewis and Vaughn. And I am so excited that he will be joining us. I was really excited for Jill Jones's keynote last year because I love Jill so, but Von Terry, oh my God, like it's going to be incredible. So definitely try to make that if you can. And I see some people stepping up their fashion game today for the fashion contest. So we're going to have an amazing time with the fashion contest, and the winner of the fashion contest will receive a official poster, symposium poster designed by the amazing Reverend. And today, for those of you who haven't joined us yet, just to remind you that all days we want to see purple, lace, satin, velvet, buttons, pearls, fringe, fishnet, florals, and feather boas. And for those of you who don't have time for that and you want to channel your inner Billy Sparks, you can come in with a velour leisure suit
There you go.
and some shades.
There you go.
So we're going to see if anybody has the spirit of Billy. We'll see. And then you're going to have a couple hours of dinner on your own. And then we're going to have a very special screening. You will be the first people to ever see this film. It's a documentary. It's a pre-screening about jazz funk fusion. And it's not a Prince documentary, but I wanted to honor the 20th anniversary of musicology in some way, but I just couldn't do another symposium because we're doing a come virtual symposium in August. So it's like I already got 2 symposiums. I can't do 3, and I didn't want to combine musicology with come. So I wanted to give them a nod to musicology because it's a really important era. Obviously, amazing album, but the tour was bananas, particularly the acoustic set. And also, Prince changed the game, including CDs with the ticket price was genius. And they actually changed SoundScan because of that. Yes. So I really want to honor musicology. And so I wanted to, it just lined up that Jason Orr has this documentary about real musicians. And obviously during that time, Prince was all about real music by real musicians. So I thought we could honor musicology that way because during that particular tour, Prince actually did a lot of covers and was inspired by a lot of the people who are actually featured in this doc. So it's actually a really big deal that we're getting this special pre-screening, and it's gonna be phenomenal. So if you're a music head, this will be the place for you.